A big shock to BCCI. Cricket big boss under government's control. What is Modi's new sports bill? Hello friends, a major change is happening in India's sports sector. The world's most powerful cricket board, the BCCI, has received a big shock from the Modi government. It looks like the central government is preparing to take control of the cricket big boss. A bill called the National Sports Governance Bill has been introduced in the parliament. If this is passed by the parliament and approved by the president, the BCCI will have to function under a regulatory body formed by the government. The world's richest sports body will become a regular sports institution. It will also come under the purview of Right to Information or RTI Act. So finally, is the BCCI's autonomous power getting a break? What will change if BCCI starts functioning under government-formed regulatory body? Will RTI bring financial control over this wealthy cricket board, or will it become a burden? What all is included in the bill introduced by the central government and why? We will explore everything in this today's video. Please stay with us till the very end. The new big boss of BCCI. Yes, the central government has planned something revolutionary to ensure transparency in sports administration in India. No, BCCI will not become a government company for sure, but it will have to work under government-formed regulatory body. The National Sports Governance Bill 2025 has been introduced in Parliament by the Union Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia on July 23rd. Friends, in India, apart from BCCI, there are 45 national sports federations. But there was no clear clarity on how these federations should function. In 2011, some guidelines were introduced under the name Sports Code, but these rules were not followed strictly. So now the National Sports Governance Bill or NSGB has been introduced. This bill will replace the 2011 Sports Code. It aims to bring more transparency in sports governance in India. And most importantly, the BCCI, which has been functioning independently like a big boss, like an autonomous body for decades, which was making and following its own rules, will now come under the scope of this bill. According to the bill, the central government will create a body called National Sports Board (NSB). It will work like RBI in banking, IRDAI in insurance, or TRAI in telecom. It will be a regulatory body for sports in India. The country's 45 sports federations will have to register under this NSB. Even cricket big boss BCCI will have to apply and get registration under this big daddy called NSB. This is clearly mentioned in the bill. This is a huge development. Why? Because BCCI is currently registered under Tamil Nadu Societies Registration Act. So far, it has been claiming itself as an autonomous body. It does not take any funds from the government, and the government has no business asking about their finances. But now, since BCCI will come under the scope of NSGB, it will also have to function under the National Sports Board. All rules applicable to other sports bodies will also apply to BCCI. Superpowers to NSB. Under the National Sports Governance Bill, the NSB has been given so many superpowers. The chairperson and members of NSB will be appointed by the central government, but they will include experts in public administration, those who know sports governance, and legal experts in sports law. All sports federations will have to strictly follow the rules laid down by the NSB. The board will also have the power to release grants or suspend federations if rules are violated. If there are allegations of financial misuse, NSB will have the authority to investigate. From now on, BCCI will have to be more careful in its decisions. The way teams are selected and the criteria followed, everything must follow set protocols. Appointments or selection of office bearers will need to be transparent. In fact, appointing office bearers through proper elections will become mandatory. There will be no chance for conflict of interest. The bill also puts an age limit on office bearers. Whoever becomes an office bearer must be between 25 and 70 years of age. If the international body of that sport permits, it can be extended to 75 years. And also, any person can serve a maximum of 3 terms, that is 12 consecutive years. And any sports body can have a maximum of only 15 members. More power to the sports persons. This bill will increase the freedom of players of any sports. In cricket, for example, until now, players rarely raise their voice against BCCI. BCCI used to control them through contracts. Out of fear that their contracts might be cancelled, players would not even approach the courts. But now, under this bill, a National Sports Tribunal (NST) will be created. So if there are any complaints or disputes, players can approach directly to the tribunal. If they feel the board's selection process is unfair or discriminatory, they can file complaints. BCCI under RTI. Friends, one of the biggest changes due to BCCI coming under this government-formed regulatory body is BCCI coming under RTI. Since 2010, efforts were being made to bring BCCI under RTI, but BCCI never agreed. Now that BCCI will have to be registered under NSGB, it becomes a public body. So if someone files an RTI application, BCCI will have to provide the requested information. Not just RTI, since it will become a public institution, BCCI will have to maintain financial transparency. From time to time, it will have to release public reports. It will have to reveal its sources of income and expenditure details. This is very important because till now there was no clarity on how much income BCCI generates or how much tax it pays. In fact, until a few years ago, BCCI wasn't even paying taxes. After heavy criticism from media and the public domain, it finally started paying. Currently, BCCI claims its reported annual income is 9,700 crores, that is just above $1 billion in US dollars, and it says it is paying 3,000 crore rupees in taxes. That is nearly $300 million. But many people question whether this is the actual income, especially since BCCI owns the $1 billion IPL property. So now that secrecy will come to an end. As a public body, BCCI will have to undergo regular audits. Why so many tough rules? When you look at all these strict rules, a question arises: why is the government suddenly imposing so many restrictions on BCCI? Though the official reason is transparency, the Olympics is the real reason. The Indian government is very keen to bid for the 2036 Olympics. But recently, when India's Olympic Committee approached the International Olympic Committee (IOC), they were snubbed. IOC told them, go and first fix the governance of your country's sports bodies. Nobody knows who is running your federations. You must improve your Olympic performance first. Only then you can think about hosting Olympics. This criticism was truly valid because in our country, many times gamblers and criminals have run cricket boards, kabaddi boards, wrestling federations. Every sports body frequently go through controversies. People with no connection to sports sit in such boards and exercise power. Many times, there have been 2 different bodies for the same sport. Due to all this, India has even been banned by some international sports bodies. It has happened in football, hockey and other sports. The International Olympic Committee noticed all these and slammed India's Olympic Committee. That is why the government has suddenly become active and is trying to fix the mess in sports governance. This bill is part of India's preparation before bidding for the 2036 Olympics. And next, when the government submits its bid, if the rich cricket body BCCI is also under government control, India can present a stronger case in front of the Olympic Committee. That is why now the government is taking steps to bring BCCI and all other sports institutions under its control and within a national policy regulations. Friends, what do you think on this? What is your opinion? Please let us know on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and especially please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's meet again. Namaste.